Although the architect had other names for a home's kitchen, even calling it a laboratory at least once, Wright wrote on the Gordon House blueprints, Workspace, where the goal was efficiency. Much of the small workspace room is filled with western red cedar, the dominant tone, while the space opens up to provide ventilation and light from above. With plenty of counters for food preparation, Evelyn served meals to the grandkids on one that doubled as a small eating counter. Look up and take in the impact of this telescoping tower, lined with horizontal bands of raked grout encircling the second story. From a practical standpoint, for the Gordon family, the two-story tower was designed to draw cooking odors and heat away so as not to drift into adjoining rooms. Center top, the skylight was added to allow natural light to cascade and reflect down off the upper walls dramatically. In doing this, the architect could forego windows at eye level and keep this area for added built-in cabinet space. And for Evelyn, the ledges above the cabinets and tall towering walls extending to the roof window were limitless spaces to exhibit more of her collection of art. As her sister Marge recalls,
and then she had artwork that goes around the kitchen. She had 3 paintings hanging up there. She didn't have baskets. She had a wonderful pot on one corner, and then the 3 paintings.
Again, many kitchen features we think of as mainstream today were new innovations being tried and tested by Lloyd Wright. Looking around the workspace, what you take as standard today were original in 1964. From the use of under-cabinet lighting and counter backsplash to the advent of built-in appliances and installation of upper and lower cabinetry along a continuous work surface. The counters and backsplash were made of all-new 60s Formica brand laminate, similar in style and texture to that which you see here. Daughter-in-law Carol states simply,
I think she loved her kitchen. She seemed to like the size. Actually, she was a very good cook. In fact, there was a little counter and a couple stools, and that's where we spent most of our time visiting.
Stepping into this small but practical office, we remember that in 1956, the year Lloyd Wright designed this room, Ed was still a gentleman farmer, managing some 500 acres of irrigated farmland and dairy cattle over 3 properties. In 1959, the year Lloyd Wright died, Ed was elected a vice president of the Oregon Cattlemen's Association, and he wore this honor with great pride. The farm office had been carefully designed by the architect to meet the needs of Ed Gordon, remembered as a
country gentleman.
He had a plaid shirt and his khaki pants and a hat, always a hat. He was always in business during all of his life.
Designed to be his place to make calls, pay bills, keep receipts. Here you can see, as you stand before the large window overlooking the western Willamette Valley, his built-in desk where 2 or 3 people could get together to talk and work. As per Ed's specifications, this is his built-in gun cabinet, where the original house plans are now stored. Other accommodations include a restroom with a shower and large closet. Peering in, you'll see that the toilet sits serenely across from a west-facing window, offering what would have been a novel view of the glistening Willamette River beyond the walnut grove, beyond the maples and alders, beyond the new neighbor's house. The farm office design also included a 2-drawer file cabinet and plenty of shelving for books, papers, farming catalogs, magazines, and the narrow receipt books of the day. The architect had provided for all his office needs. This project made possible by a grant from the Oregon Tourism Commission.